Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is from Mazda 2 litre Sport. As you can see here, it's on a 56 plate with just 44,000 miles on the clock. This car is possibly one of the cleanest cars we've ever seen. It is absolutely unbelievable. The exterior has virtually no blemishes on it at all. It really is remarkable. There's no marks on the front bump there at all. The lights lens is completely intact. Bonnet itself, not a stone chip to be seen. So I'm trying to get lower than I normally get on these videos just to show you, because it's worth doing. It is a remarkable car, this one. I'll come down the near side of the car first. Panel work, absolutely mirror smooth. Can't see any indentations in that bodywork at all. Front wing, again, blemish free. Alloys are all very good, completely original. That isn't to say they aren't without any marks. They have got a few which are only tiny. Certainly it's a 12-year-old car after all. You've got some curbing on this near side wheel, just there, nothing around there, and just a tiny bit around here, a tiny bit of lacquer peel just there. But really, I mean, they are extraordinarily good for the age of the vehicle, certainly. Just to come down this side, so I'll just get rid of a bit of hay or straw off there. But it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful car. Rear alloy, pretty much unmarked, apart from, again, just you've got a tiny little bit of lacquer bit peel there. The rest of it is just so original and clean. Whilst on this side, I'll do this side of the hood as well, which again is completely clean and tidy. No rips, skags, dulling or otherwise on there. It is quite an extraordinary car. Let's come around the back of the vehicle here again. Rear bumper, absolutely without any mark. I mean, if this was a 2-year-old car, I'd say it was absolutely lovely. And to be 10 years older than that and in this condition is astonishing. It really is. And then to come down the opposite side of the vehicle, again, unbelievably clean. I'll do the roof first on the side again. As you can see there, all absolutely fantastic. Just a couple of specks of dirt, that's all you've got. And then to continue down the flanks of the car, rear wing, without any marks at all. The only exterior mark on the paintwork I can find of any note, and I'm talking the tiniest bit of the seat belts just caught just there. I mean, it's minuscule. I mean, it just needs touching in with a brush. Take about 2 seconds, but wow. So that's a bit of dirt on there. There's nothing more sinister than that. And then your final alloy on the front there, again, very, very good. And again, just the tiniest bit of lacquer peel on a couple of the spokes. But in all honesty, I've never seen a car of this age or mileage looking as tidy as this one here. Coming into the boot area, to continue the theme of clean, tidy and everything else. I mean, again, all the plastics look absolutely as new, as there's a carpeted area there as well. You can see the inflation kit is all there and intact, but remarkable. Just quickly show you, obviously just pop the roof down there, working exactly as it should, but just show you the view of the car with the roof down, which is the classic view of any of these MX-5s. But it looks really, really amazing, this car. The colour is obviously hugely sought after. You know, this blue with the black leather interior, it's a wonderful combination. So you can do inside the car now. Passenger door card looks absolutely as new as well. Come down into the footwell area. These mats, by the way, were covered over by other mats, which obviously has protected them completely, because they are absolutely unbelievable. All the carpeted areas, wonderful condition. Seat here, passenger seat, looks pretty much as new. It's got no wear on it whatsoever. The whole dashboard. So it is, I keep using the word remarkable, I've got to think of another word for it, because it is an astonishing car, it really is. Driver's door card, again, completely unmarked. Let's come down into the passenger footwell, driver's footwell. Again, same with the other side. This mat was protected with an overmat over it, but even the carpeted areas where the heels on some people's feet skag and damage them are all very, very clean and tidy. Driver's seat, really good. This is the only place you can see any age-related wear. You've got the tiniest bit of entry rubbing there, but I mean, I'm being stupidly critical. You'd expect to see that on a car that's a year old, but they are in wonderful condition. So sitting inside the car now, the dashboard, cliched as it may sound, but it's absolutely applicable here, looks absolutely as new. It is wonderful. So heated seats in this particular car, 6-speed lever, all in beautiful condition, even all the recesses very, very nicely kept. And across the steering wheel and the main binnacle, you can see the engine running, no warning lights on, 44,802 miles. A really amazing car, this one. So finally, just come under the engine bay. The engines always sound much noisier on video than they do when you're physically stood here. It's just the way the microphone picks it up. This engine bay has not been steam cleaned or tarted up or done anything to. This is how it's been presented to me from the last owner, and that is an absolute credit to them. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right, there's a quick road test video. This is for a Mazda MX-5 2-litre Sport. This particular car is registered MA56PUO. And mileage at the start of this road test is 44,795 miles. The reason we do the road test very simply is we just want customers to see the cars in operation and then feedback our thoughts on the vehicle and relay any faults there may be on the car, and that's the whole point of doing it. A couple of apologies. First of all, I know a lot of people don't like the camera angle for these videos. Unless the car's fitted with a glass roof or sunroof, then I have to side mount them, and I know it's a slightly odd angle, so I apologise for that one. And so particularly in these cars it's there as well. Also bear in mind that, you know, when I'm doing these videos, I know people on YouTube, they look at the videos and some sort of dislike them for, you know, certain aspects of, you know, what the videos are about. The reality is I do them only for the purpose of helping prospective buyers see the vehicle in operation, you know, before they come to see us. It's not for publication as such. I'm not trying to get likes or otherwise. So you know, whilst I appreciate feedback, you know, it isn't absolutely necessary, but hopefully if they continue to be a help and an aid to customers, I'll continue to do them. So coming to the car itself, it's been beautifully maintained, this car, obviously all the way through by the Mazda dealers. We've literally, as of this morning, less than a mile ago, serviced the vehicle, so it's had new engine oil filter, new engine oil, thorough pre-delivery inspection, all in fantastic order, as you'd expect given such a comprehensive history on the vehicle. Engine is absolutely as sweet as a nut, starts instantly, very smooth, very even idle, absolutely no warning lights on the dashboard whatsoever on here, and that relates to the engine or any other part of the vehicle as well. But it's a wonderful unit. I think personally, and it is only an opinion, I think this is the engine that's best suited to the car. It allows you to exploit the chassis more fully than the 1.8. It's got more gut slowdown than the 1.8, which is a great engine, by the way, so it's only marginal. But I just find this one more satisfying even when driving relatively slowly. It's got a lovely sort of raughty note to the exhaust, but it's got instant pickup throughout the rev range. It's a really nice unit, it really is, and this is a fabulous example of one. With such a low mileage, you'd expect it to be good, and it certainly is. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the vehicle is very smooth in operation. Bite point is exactly where you want it to be. It's all very, very slick indeed. Leads you on then to, you know, what is the strong point of any Mazda MX-5. This brilliant gearbox has the advantage of clearly going straight down into the gearbox, but that doesn't always translate into a good gear change on some rear-wheel drive cars. I'm not going to name any names, but this is short and throw, utterly sweet in operation. It really is such a joy to use. Pedal layout means that heel and towing is very, very easy indeed. Not that you actually have to do it, but it's nice to do it, and I know people like to do it on these cars. But it just feels very mechanical, very old school, which is really nice. You feel like you actually, cliched as it sounds, it feels like you really are driving the vehicle. But I can't find anywhere in the whole of the powertrain. It just feels tight as a drum, it really does. Coming onto the steering of the vehicle, another great strength of the MX-5. What I'm looking for on a road test, of course, is any signs of wear and tear in the steering. There might be a little bit of kind of slack with years of mileage, but there's nothing on this one at all. It's very, very precise. Beautifully weighted power steering. Tons and tons and tons of feedback that you just don't get on most modern cars. Suspension on the vehicle again, they're actually deceptively smooth riding. They're very comfortable cars, as is generally the case with very good sports cars that don't rely on super stiff shock absorbers to get good handling. You need good rigidity in the chassis, good setup, well designed, and that's exactly what the Mazda is. So you get a very compliant ride. It's very smooth, it shows no obvious wear coming through the seat of your pants, but it's just a brilliant chassis. You know, one of the very greatest rear-wheel drive cars, regardless of price. It's beautifully balanced. Obviously can't exploit it on the public roads here, that'd be completely wrong to do so, but I've driven enough around racetracks to know just how good these things are on the limit. It's got a wonderful balance. But the whole car just feels very, very tight and taut, in all honesty. Looking around inside the vehicle, sorry, brakes on the car, by the way, lovely solid brake pedal, absolutely brilliant. No vibrations, no pulsing coming back through the brake pedal at all. They all look very good on the pre-delivery inspection as well. Coming to the interior, brilliant place to sit, perfect driving position, great view of the road. Looking out of a small windscreen over a long bonnet, it's a lovely recipe for summer driving, or any time of the year really. But it's just a wonderful experience. But the interior is in absolutely brilliant condition. It's one of the nicest MX-5s we've ever had, and we've had some lovely ones. This has been cherished, this car. It really is lovely. There's not a squeak or rattle from the interior. They are brilliantly made. All working exactly as they should. Obviously you've got leather seats, you've got heated seats, that's working absolutely fine. I checked them earlier, I'll do it again. And then the main instrument pod in front of you, classic, simple affair. Big dominating speedo and rev counter, all very symmetrical. Oil pressure in the middle, temperature and fuel gauges. Temperature gauge, by the way, running about a third, and it's been running for quite some time now, and that's exactly where it should be on one of these cars. As I said, the point of the video, as much as anything else, is just to show the car in operation. In reality, it drives perfectly. It drives absolutely beautifully, this car. Clearly, however, and it's not uncommon for me to do it, if I've forgotten something, do please call me, and I'll obviously happily answer any questions you might have. But whoever's lucky enough to get this car will be driving a wonderful car.